Hey guys, what's up? Today we're gonna be roasting a pork leg and it's gonna be super delicious. Look at this beautiful pork leg. That's what we're gonna roast, but we need to start with an injection. You can cure pork leg like this. It will take up to 8 to 12 hours depending on how strong the flavors you want to be. But this time we're just gonna inject it. It will give you same kind of idea as brining it. And for an injection I'm going to use apple cider vinegar, and that's about a cup of apple cider vinegar. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of worcestershire sauce, and I'm eyeballing this because you can play around with it. It's not that strict in measurements. And 1 teaspoon of tabasco sauce. We'll squeeze out lime juice. To that we'll add 3 tablespoons of salt and a tablespoon of all-purpose barbecue rub. We'll shake that up. Shake, shake, shake your body, shake, shake. Look at that color, that's beautiful. Now this will not completely dissolve, but I've got an injection needle with a large opening, and that will help to get all this flavor into our pork leg. Now the first thing that we want to do to this pork leg is carve into the skin, because we want the skin to actually open up and it's going to look real pretty when it's done. You need a sharp knife to cut into pork skin. Flip it around, get your injection needle, our injection fluid, and start injecting the fluid into the leg. I want to start at the bottom, go all the way down. Really try and pump up the leg as much as possible. And now that we've injected all of the pork, this is what we're going to do. We'll sprinkle an all-purpose barbecue rub on the pork that has no skin on it. What we want to do is get as much as we can on there, get a big nice layer. And you can use any all-purpose barbecue rub. If you go down to my YouTube channel and you look in the video description of this, you will find a link where you can get a recipe for a good all-purpose barbecue rub. Now we'll turn it around, and this side of the pork skin we're gonna treat with salt. We want a lot of salt on the skin. The salt will help to crispen up the pork skin. Just rub it in, make sure we get that salt everywhere. I set up the barbecue with charcoal on this side, a lot of charcoal, so we get a high temperature. And this is the indirect side, and we're going to place an oven tray on this side to make sure that the direct radiation is not getting into the pork as much. Now we're going to put our pork leg into the barbecue, set it in the tray, and let it roast at a high temperature between 200 degrees Celsius and 250 degrees Celsius. So that's definitely a hot heat, but we need it to attack that skin and really dry it out. Close the lid, open the vents to maximum, and now we just wait. It's been about 45 minutes and I want to check to see if one side is not burning and the other side is not raw, so let's open it up. Oh yes, that's looking beautiful. Wow, we're getting some really good crisp already. But we also want to turn it around. You know, when we have the lid like this, the fire is on this side and the exit of the hot air is on this side. So the hot air is basically going over like this and exiting this place. So this side is much colder. So we'll need to turn it around, but at the same time I see that the salt has dried out. So we want to start removing some of that salt because we don't need it anymore. It's not doing anything to the skin. It already did a lot of its work by taking off the excess moisture. Brush off some of that salt again. The fat is rendering off, the skin is starting to look good. We're getting closer and closer. Well, at this point we also need to check on the charcoal. Do we have enough charcoal left? And I'm thinking I can add a few more chunks of charcoal just to make sure we keep the temperature up. Close the lid and let it continue roasting. Another hour has gone by and wow, she looks good. That is a crispy skin. I can already see where it's starting to turn light. It's like the sections of skin are separating and that makes it really crackly. So what we'll do now is we'll lower the temperature by closing the vents and let the inside cook a little more, because it will need probably another half hour or so. Now let's check again. Beautiful. Let's check on the temperature. Oh yeah, 68 degrees Celsius. Some parts a little bit hotter than that, but that's okay. We're looking for 68 degrees Celsius minimum. What a beauty. That is an absolute beauty. So now we have to let it rest, and this is the hard part, I know, but give it 30 minutes, a little bit of tin foil, 30 minutes of rest, and then start slicing into it. Listen closely, because this is what we want to hear, that skin crackle, right? Look at how beautiful that turned out. That is super juicy, crackling skin. Let's take a bite of that skin. That is ridiculous. This is my favorite part about pork meat, that salty, crispy skin. If you look at the color from the, you see we didn't smoke it, but you get the pink color from the charcoal fire, and we didn't smoke it, so the skin stays light and actually dries out better. Just look at how juicy this is. Juices are running out. Pork crackling skin is the ultimate. So delicious, guys. If you have never made this before, please give it a try. I am sure you will love it. Thank you for watching. See you guys next time. Cheers.